Bloodsport's Peacemaker shoutout is official canon, hinting at exciting spin-offs and deeper character arcs in the DCU's next phase. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. This isn't just a fun piece of trivia. It sets up Bloodsport as a key player in the future of the DCU. And since Gunn's new era is all about flawed characters with messy pasts, Bloodsport fits the vibe. He's not a clean-cut hero, but he's not a full villain either. That middle ground is exactly where the DCU is heading, and it's why Bloodsport's story is far from over. James Gunn has confirmed it. Bloodsport, the deadly mercenary played by Idris Elba in the Suicide Squad, is officially part of the new DC universe. When Peacemaker Season 1 dropped a quick reference to him, fans weren't sure if it still counted. But Gunn has now made it clear, it does. The only exception is a joke about Aquaman, which isn't considered canon. His real name is Robert Du Bois, and he first appeared in Superman, Volume 2, Number 4 in 1987. Created by John Byrne and Carl Kessel, in the comics, he's a broken veteran manipulated into attacking Superman using high-tech weapons, including a kryptonite bullet. Idris Elba redefined Bloodsport in the Suicide Squad, digging past the armor to expose the man inside. Through his performance, you could sense the hurt and resilience beneath the surface, making Bloodsport more than just a trigger-happy mercenary. He became someone you could actually relate to. That depth is exactly why Bloodsport feels like prime material to lead his own series, and it's what makes the character so intriguing. Bloodsport might just not be a side character. James Gunn, who's now behind revamping the entire DCU, confirmed that Bloodsport is definitely canon. That one update was enough to excite the fans and do something much bigger, a future where this complex yet dangerous anti-hero becomes a central player. Unlike the others, he's not here to fight for justice, or out to inspire kids, or save the planet. He's not a hero, he's a man who's been through hell and is still standing, weighed down by guilt, pain, and a simmering anger he can barely contain. That's the pull. He doesn't land neatly on either side of the moral line, and that middle ground is exactly where the DCU feels most alive right now. Peacemaker worked for the same reason. It threw out the superhero rulebook and leaned into something rougher, stranger, and far more human. It was violent, weird, and unexpectedly personal. Bloodsport embodies exactly what works in today's DC universe, especially when James Gunn is involved. He's the sort of character who feels at home whether he's caught up in the back alleys of a crime drama or right at the heart of a wild Suicide Squad assignment. That flexibility makes him stand out. Now that James Gunn has confirmed Bloodsport is still canon, it gives Elba another shot to expand that story. In the right project, we could see what happened after the Suicide Squad. Did Bloodsport go underground? Is he still working jobs? Or is he finally trying to change? Whatever direction they take, he brings weight to the screen. Not just because of his weapons or skills, but because of what he represents. He's a man stuck in the middle of right and wrong, and that space is where the DCU thrives. Idris Elba didn't play Bloodsport like a comic book villain. He made him feel real, tough on the outside, broken on the inside. He wasn't just dangerous. He was a father, a soldier, and a man trying to outrun the damage he'd done. That's what made the character work. Bloodsport deserves more time. And now, he just might get it. What do you think about this? Let us know about this in the comments below. James Gunn's Superman crushes the box office with $217 million, proving that superhero fatigue is a myth when storytelling shines. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. For years now, fans and critics have blamed superhero fatigue for the downfall of comic book movies. Over the years, every time a Marvel or DC film underperformed, fans have been quick to blame the superheroes for it, thus coining the term superhero fatigue. But James Gunn never bought into that. With Superman soaring past a jaw-dropping $217 million global box office debut in just 4 days, it's clear that capes aren't cancelled. They were just boring, and Gunn knew it all along. While critics and fans cried, "superhero fatigue," Gunn clarified in a GQ interview, saying the problem wasn't too many heroes, it was too many mediocre movies. "I don't believe in superhero fatigue. I think there's, mediocre movie fatigue. I think you can tell stories about anything. If you see the same gangster movie over and over, You're gonna get so bored. But if you see different types of criminals doing different things that are involved in different activities, different levels of morality, different styles, it's not ever gonna get boring. And boy, did Superman prove him right. As the first film in DC Studios' newly revamped Gods and Monsters era, Superman didn't just fly. It blasted through every typical trope and stale formula that was being crammed down our throats by Marvel and DC. And as a result, audiences showed up and enjoyed the film, boosting its box office. This concept of superhero fatigue, in one way, is real because there have been a lot of superhero movies that maybe haven't been up to what they should have been or what the audience wanted. You see the same thing happening across the board with movies in general. That people are not making the movies that need to bring people into the cinemas. And what's the solution for this? Well, James Gunn mentioned that the antidote to declining interest in cinema lies in directors' ability to take risks. When studios pump out copy-paste content with no heart, people naturally stop caring. But give them a well-written, well-acted, emotionally rich film, and suddenly, everyone's back in theaters. It hasn't been happening because people are so afraid of making a mistake. I think we should make a lot more mistakes. And that's exactly what Gunn's recently released movie, Superman, delivered. It wasn't just a punch fest or another origin story with CGI overload. James Gunn gave us a version of Clark Kent that felt human, relatable, and emotionally layered. He built a story that wasn't just about saving the world, it was about identity, hope, and purpose. The co-CEO of DC said it was never about the genre, it was about the quality. In his interview, Gunn confidently explained that audiences don't get bored of superheroes. They get bored of watching the same old story told in the same boring way. He explained how, just like gangster movies or romantic comedies, superhero films need variety. Meanwhile, according to Variety, while Superman's pre-weekend projection predicted the film to earn $120 million domestically, the movie soared past its limits, raking in $122 million during its opening weekend. Additionally, as per THR reports, David Corenswet's movie topped Friday's domestic box office chart with $56 million, becoming the third-best start of 2025. Gunn celebrated the success of Superman on Threads. Within just 4 days of release, Superman brought in a staggering $217 million worldwide against its $225 million budget, and it's still climbing via the numbers. This isn't just a big win for DC Studios, it's a bold message to Hollywood, urging every director to make good superhero movies in order to attract audiences to the theaters. Now, James Gunn's success proves that the superhero genre isn't dead, it just needed to evolve. Because clearly, when superhero stories are told right, they still have the power to soar. Let us know in the comments what your opinions were about the new Superman movie. I'm incredibly grateful for your enthusiasm and kind words over the past few days.